The legacy format is going to die, but it's going to be replaced by a new eternal format. Very exciting. Welcome in, much love, Trav here, and let's talk about things that are happening in Magic, where Magic is going to go in a way that, I mean, for me is celebratory. I think it's really cool. I think the common narrative is a cynicism of either, what's happening is really bad, or that Magic is going to die. Magic is not going to die. And when I say legacy is going to die, I just mean it's going to become so expensive that there will be very few events, and there will be a eternal, like a legacy world championship. It'll be similar to Vintage, and there will be a new format, which is like Legacy Light, to replace it, and it's just not really a big deal, and it's really cool, actually. Let me tell you why it's cool, and why this is all happening. By the way, give this a thumbs up if you like the backdrop. I could come out here and film videos every day. It's a quick bike ride from my house. So here's what makes Magic cool. Magic has a price point for any amount of money. If you have any amount of money, you can spend that money and play with get a different sort of play experience. Most games are $30 or $60, and you could pay. You can't pay more. You can't pay less. Magic, you can play for free with those starter decks. $10 you can draft. You got $200 you can buy into Standard. You got $1,000 you can buy into Modern. You got $3,000 you can buy into Legacy. $10,000 you can buy into Vintage. Different price points. I can't buy into Vintage. Or I could. It'd be difficult. I don't want to buy into Legacy. And it's exclusive, and that sucks that I can't be in the club, but I'm glad that there's a club. I think it's cool that there's a club. And what we're going to see with the reserved list, targeting investments, is everything on the reserved list is going to become extremely expensive over the next, I'm going to move into the shade here, over the next couple of years, and Legacy is going to shoot up to 10 grand, and Vintage is going to shoot up to 100 grand, but Wizards will introduce a new price point format that's similar to Legacy in the 3K range, and that will happen as soon as it needs to happen. So why is what's happening, and why is it not going to affect Modern or Standard? So basically, Wizards put about 100 cards on a so-called reserved list, said we're never going to reprint these out of respect for collectors, investors, speculators. You can invest in these. We're not going to reprint them. You have our word. They've pretty much held that word. They're going to hold that word. They're not. It's either abolish the reserved list or come out with new Eternal, basically. So if you have a lot of money and you want to invest your wealth, then there's almost no better investment in the world than Black Lotus so far. It sounds insane, but I've looked at this and I thought, seriously, like, what? So the dollar depreciates. Wealthy people do not, and I'm not super wealthy, I've studied wealth, so take this with a grain of salt, but the dollar depreciates with inflation 2 to 4% a year, and so you want to get rid of your dollars and invest it in something, anything else. And reserve list is fairly safe because it's fixed supply and demand tends to increase. It's unlikely to decrease significantly. So historically, the reserve list has done extremely well, way safer than the stock market, way higher returns than the stock market, very predictable since 2008, and there was a little blip in the 2006 to 2008 range, but pretty much since the beginning, Black Lotus has just gone up, and we could expect that trend to continue. So what we've seen so far is people who have $10, $20, $100,000 to invest, and I have friends who do this. Like, you could invest in an IRA or like tax-deferred retirement fund, and maybe you want to do that too, but you're going to put some of that into Legacy and only on the reserve list, because those are the fixed supply. You can make money speculating and trading on Modern and Standard, but you're not going to invest your life savings into that because it's risky. So this is why it's not going to affect Modern and Standard. It's no big deal. Just the Legacy reserved list. So it's only a matter of time till someone with millions of dollars, or a lot of people with hundreds of thousands of dollars, move in and put all their money in the reserved list. So that's what we're starting to see happen. It's going to take a little bit of time. Again, it might be a couple weeks, or it might be 2 to 5 years, but it's inevitable. People are responding to incentives. It's not bad. People are not bad. It's not a big deal. And what we are going to see, again, is $10,000 Legacy, $100,000 Vintage, or more. We might see $1 million Vintage deck. And that's when Wizard says, all right, new set, Legacy minus reserved list, and it'll be cool. That'll be a cool format. Yeah, a lot of people will be priced out of Legacy. That sucks for them, but they can play the new format. People who own Legacy decks, those will be worth a lot and they'll be happy, and they can use most of those cards to play in the new Legacy format anyways, so almost everyone's going to win here. It's going to add to the mystique of the game. It's going to get more attention in the game, more wealthy people into the game. It's going to look better and look more cool. It's very exciting. Yeah, so what do you think? So here's the questions. So we have the new format, and there's going to be, it's inevitable, it's just going to happen, and it's going to happen sooner. So if you want to position yourself, I would like a discussion of what do you think are going to be the best cards or the best decks in the new format. And in addition, if you're on the next level of speculating, if you're into that, I don't really do that. I have the information. What cards do you see spiking in demand with the introduction of this new format? For instance, like Chromox, not on the reserved list, will be in high demand with new Legacy and will probably spike in price. Again, not the safest investment because they can reprint the shit out of it, but Wizard seems unlikely to do that. So thumbs up if you're optimistic, you think this is actually good for Magic, you like this scenery. Thumbs down if the audio sucks and that interruption was awkward and you think that it's the end of Magic, or you want something to complain about, and that's fine. Shitposting welcome, and I'm excited to see what you think in the comments. Again, Modern's going to be fine, Standard's going to be fine. I'm excited for the new format. I'm excited for Legacy and Vintage to cost a fuck ton. And if you want to get in Legacy, you should probably do that right away. And if not, whatever, you missed your chance, no big deal. I missed my chance, but I don't mind. It's not, I don't need to be a part of every club. Anyways, see you in the comments. I think this is a great discussion, and what a time to be alive. See you below.